What is up, my fine people? So, I got the path program to finally work. Originally, I was trying to use programs within programs to make it work. So I was trying to have one program called the dig place, and I was trying to use another program, and I was trying to use, the dig place program inside the other program. But there's some not so obvious commands that you have to use to make that actually work. So I decided to take a different route after being reminded by Sethling's video that functions are a thing. So, in this floppy disk, we have our path program. Now, I'm going to demonstrate it for you, and then I will go over it with you guys. And then I will go over it with you guys. So, here, no, I'm going to need this to go back the way it was. Alright, so in front of this turtle, I'm going to place a path using an arbitrary block type. And it's going to be a path that I want this turtle to follow. Now, currently the path program only follows does not go up or down, so the path must be just purely horizontal. Also, it does not matter what block it's in front of it, so you could make it so that this particular program only does it with a certain block, and I think the next iteration of that program, and most likely my next video, will be showing off how to do that. But for now, I'm just happy to have this completed. So, this is the path that I want the turtle to follow. Do note that I have at least one block of space between the two sides of the path so that the turtle doesn't get confused and go down the wrong path. So I'm just going to bring it all the way back here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put some fuel into the turtle's second slot. Kind of needs to be there. And from then, I'm going to go ahead and access the disk. I'm going to access the disk. I think that'll work. No, it will not. Okay, so I need to move this guy over one. There you go. I'm going to access the disk, and I'm going to say path. And, as you can see, turtle is going to town. And it is following the path that I have laid out for it. Now, I had an earlier version of this program that would have the turtle place back the block that it ate. And the general idea for this was that I could have the turtle continuously going in a certain pattern, and then I could have it do a specific action. Something like maybe, I don't know, go in a square pattern and continuously fell a couple trees. And I'll say let's watch this first, because then that could be a good combination of the tree program as well as the other program. And I'll show you the basic idea. That's another idea for another program, another video of it. Basically, a bigger tree farm. Alright, so once the turtle gets to the end, it'll just continuously keep searching for blocks to break, and it'll actually go all around this time. So we're going to go ahead and terminate it. Alright, thank you, buddy. I want to throw this turtle away. I want to get you back, though, because you have already fuel inside you. Ah, shitsickles. Really got stuff hitting R. Really got stuff hitting R. Alright, whatever. Okay. So, you saw that it works. Let me show you what it does, and then let me show you how you can modify it to have the turtle place the block it destroys back. And to show this, I'm going to have a little loop there for it to continuously go to. So let's turn on our computer. Once again, I've placed the turtle in the wrong spot. It's got to be attached to the disk drive. So, CD disk edit path. Right, so let's take a look at this here. This is our function called dig place. As you can see, I used to actually have it dig and then place, but for now, let's just go over what it does right now. If the turtle digs a block in front of it successfully, then simply move forward. Also, if the turtle happens to have less than 200 units of fuel, select the turtle's second inventory slot, refuel, and then go back to selecting the first slot. Now, when I had it placing back the items it picked up, the first slot was where it would pick up the dirt. So that's why it goes back to select 1. Here is the brunt of the non-function part. So what this is saying is, while the turtle has some fuel, if the turtle detects a block in front of it, then perform the dig place function. Else, if the turtle didn't detect a block in front of it, check the block to the left. If there is a block to the left, then perform dig place. If there isn't a block to the left, turn right twice, so that the turtle is now checking to its right from its original orientation, and then perform dig place. Now, I want you guys to note that normally when you do an if statement, at the end of the if statement you have the word end. But when you do if-else ifs, you want to put the end at after the last part of your else if. So I'll show you here. Here, if and else if are one chunk. You can see the end for the if and the end for the else. This is the end for the else if, and this is the end. So this goes with the if, else if, end. And then up here you have if on line 16, else if on line 19, and then the end for that is on line 31. Because I want this from line 22 to line 29 to only execute when the turtle has failed to find a block on its left side. So what I'm going to do real quick is, give me 1 second, I had to respond to someone on Skype. A very good friend of mine. What I have to do now, what I don't have to do, but I'm going to show you guys, is how to make it so that the turtle will turn around and replace the block it just picked up. So here's what we're going to say. We're going to say turtle.turnLeft, turtle.turnLeft. I look at the turtle to turn around. Turtle.select1, which is the block that should have the dirt, or whatever block it used. Turtle.place. Turtle.turnRight. We want to turn it back to the original way it was facing. Turtle.turnRight. And if we save this and we exit it, turtle should now place the block it had picked up, which is very cool. So now you have yourself a turtle that is going to continuously go around in this block. You'll watch it. It'll happen. Now it takes a little bit more time for the turtle to do what it needs to do, because now it is, placing that block. So it adds a little bit of time to the turtle's movements. So originally, I had the idea to, and I'll map this out for you guys a little bit. I'm going to modify the block it's going to go into, make it a little bit bigger. Nope. There cannot be a block there, otherwise the turtle will go a little bit crazy. It'll correct itself. Alright, so my original idea was to have this inner area here tilled, and I would have the turtle elevated one block above it, and I would have it check if you could. I would have, because wheat will grow to I think 3 blocks or 2 blocks. So originally, when it's baby wheat, it'd only be 1 block high. When it becomes 2, then the turtle would detect the block and destroy it. Because I can have the turtle, after it does its dig place, I can have it. I know that the turtle is always going in this direction, and so remove those. The turtle's going what is this, counterclockwise? Yeah, the turtle's going clockwise. So I could always have it turn right, check, and then turn left and do something. But I think a better idea would be to take some saplings and being very careful, because I know a couple of things about the program. I know that the turtle will check in front of it always, and then if it doesn't find anything in front of it, it'll check left first. But it should be fine. So one idea I had was to fill an outer edge with saplings. And then what the turtle will do is, it'll be elevated 1 height above these saplings, And after it does dig place once, it will check to its right, see if it can remove a block, and if it can, it'll execute the other program, which was the dig the tree program. Now, I haven't come up with that program yet. Well, we came up with the dig program, but I haven't added it to this. It's actually a idea I just came up with, and it's probably going to be the next video. As for now, I think we are done. Short video, I know. It's holiday season, and it's last semester of college I'm going into, so I gotta make sure everything's set for that. But I do enjoy computer craft, and I know I haven't done much on the survival front. If you're wondering about that, currently I am just trying to get my bearings in my survival world. So I'm trying to get a little bit more resources and just make it so it's not like every other first episode of my series where it's just like me building a shitty house. But that is neither here nor there. So I want to say to you guys, thank you for watching, and the next video will most likely be this little program. The reason I'm coming up with this other program is because the way to get bone meal, at least for me, is to have an automated farm and an automated monster spawner. But not everybody has the resources for that. So this is a lot easier, and you can see that once one tree grows, it would go around and check. It would go around. When it got to here, it would look to the right and be like, oh shit, I can actually do something with that. So just, But that's another thing. So we're gonna leave that little guy going. I'm actually gonna stop him, otherwise it's a little cruel. So go ahead and stop there, buddy. Come on, buddy. There it is. Thank you. Now, I do want to make a monster spawner in my survival world, and I'm going to touch on that a little briefly. One of the updates in Minecraft raised the height limit substantially. If you remember, the reason monster spawners tend to not work well at first is because the monster spawners monsters spawn within a certain area of your character. That area includes vertical distances, so up and down. So any caves that are below you that are dark will take up monster spawning. That only goes, I think, like 200 blocks. And so now, with the height limit increase, the solution to this is to just simply go up 200 blocks from the highest point of surface you can find. And so with that, the only possible spawning place will be the monster spawner, which you will build from that point, the 200 blocks up. From that point at 200 blocks high and up, you have beautiful conditions for monster spawning. So I will also most likely make a monster spawn in my survival world, and I will most likely use turtles to do it. A lot of this stuff is very repetitive. One of the bigger issues of making a monster spawner that I've always had a problem with is making the walls and the floor in the sky. But turtles can fucking fly, so that's amazing. So look forward to that. So, agenda. And I'm saying this because I do look over my videos every now and then. I need to remind myself, Jesus. That's my name. Or Jesus. Panda. Well, Jesus. So, monster spawner. But first, do this tree business. Yeah. Alright. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Oh, no, before I go. Stupid. I'm gonna let you guys have a good look at that code. Because otherwise, I barely showed it, and so you guys need to. So this is our function, dig place. Now this is the one that has the turtle dig and then place. If you want to have the turtle just dig, remove line 3, 4, 5. Remove line 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And just basically leave the turtle.forward and the turtle.dig. And the end. This just leave in there. It's good. It's a good practice to make sure your turtle has fuel. I'm not sure how much fuel it uses, but so once again, this is our function dig place. I'll nicely put into one screen for you. Stare at it, make love to it with your brain hole to memorize it, and then later you can spew it out onto your keyboard. And then down here we have our while loop, which will execute our function. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bring all of these up a little bit, so that we can get it all in one. There it is. So we have our while the turtle has fuel. we have our first if statement, and remember that this if statement goes with this else if statement, and that else if statement is ended by the word end on line 36, and within that else if statement there is the if statement of the turtle.detect, which has an else if statement itself, and that one ends on line 35, and then the while loop ends on line 37. So, I'm going to give you guys a second to pause the screen, write it down, do what you need to do, and that'll do it for you. I'm going to save it like this, actually. So, once again, and for the final time, thank you for watching. Appreciate the views. A couple of you have mentioned that I should have more subs than I do, and that makes me warm, it makes me tingle in my heart, and in some special case makes me tingle in my pants. That was a little sexual, because why the... Nah. You know what, it's said now, and I don't feel like I should have said it, but it's out there, and you guys can do with that information what you will. I'm going to go now before things get a little bit more weird. So, thank you for watching. Appreciate the watching. I mean, it's stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. And that's a beehive. Didn't notice that till now. Okay. Bye-bye.